When she said, "My ex is coming to my birthday, be cool or it's over," I just smiled. She thought she was testing my ego. She didn't know she was handing me the perfect setup. So I told her, calm as still water, I'll be very cool. And I was. Cooler than she could ever imagine. 5 years together, 3 married. At first, she was my calm, the kind of woman who made silence feel warm. We built everything together, a house, a business, a rhythm. I used to believe in us. But love doesn't vanish in an instant. It erodes, grain by grain, with every secret look, every whispered message, every late-night client call. I remember the shift. Her laugh stopped belonging to me. Her phone started living face down. Her scent changed. It wasn't perfume, it was guilt. The night I found out, I wasn't even looking. I was cleaning the kitchen when her phone buzzed. A preview flashed across the screen. "Can't wait to see you again, birthday girl. I'll bring that wine you like." His name, Adam. Her ex. The one she swore was just a memory. I didn't open the message. I didn't need to. That one line told me everything. Shock didn't come, just a cold clarity, the kind that makes you see the end long before it happens. I didn't confront her, not that night, not the next. Instead, I started documenting, quietly, methodically. Every message that popped up, every call logged, every outing that didn't add up, I recorded it all. 2 weeks later, I had enough evidence to break her heart, her pride, and her bank account. See, she didn't know the house was under my name alone, or that I'd already moved our joint savings to a private account, legally mine. She didn't know I'd removed her from the business paperwork months ago, after the first signs of distance. Call it intuition, or maybe preparation. When she mentioned her ex was coming to her birthday, she watched my face like a hunter watches a trigger, waiting for me to explode. But I didn't. I just nodded and said, "I'll be cool." Inside, I smiled, because the stage was finally set. The night arrived. Our house, the one we built, was dressed in lights and laughter. She floated around in that red dress I once bought her, all smiles and sparkle. Her friends were there, my colleagues, our families. And then he walked in. Adam, the man whose name I'd seen too many times on her screen. He was everything I expected. Smug, charming, confident. The kind of man who thought the world bent around his grin. When she introduced us, I extended my hand. "Good to finally meet you," I said, steady as a surgeon. He grinned back, too casual. "Likewise." That was the moment. The air went still. Everyone noticed. 2 men, 1 woman, 1 secret too big to hide forever. She squeezed my arm and whispered, "Play nice." I whispered back, "Always." After a toast, I asked for everyone's attention. I said, "Before the cake, I just want to say a few words about the woman we're celebrating." Her face lit up. She thought I was going to flatter her. And, in a way, I did. I spoke about loyalty, about love, about how trust is the foundation of every home. Every line was a blade, dressed as poetry. Then I looked at her and said, "I hope your next chapter brings you the happiness you've been chasing behind my back." The room froze. Her smile died in slow motion. Adam stiffened. Someone dropped a glass. I turned to him, extended my hand once more, and said with a calm that cut the air, "She's all yours, man. I was just leaving." And I walked out. I didn't stay to watch the chaos unfold, but I heard about it later. She cried. He left. Half the guests walked out in silence. Her perfect night turned into ashes in a single sentence. By morning, she was calling me non-stop. Messages, apologies, anger, desperation. But I'd already moved out. My lawyer delivered the divorce papers before she finished her second voicemail. The house was mine. The accounts were mine. Everything we built, legally and emotionally, collapsed exactly the way I planned it. Sometimes revenge isn't fire, it's ice. Slow, deliberate, devastating. She wanted me to be cool. I was. So cool she never saw the burn coming. People ask if I regret it. No, because that night, when I closed the door behind me, I didn't just leave her party. I left every lie, every insult, every hidden text, every forced smile. She wanted to play with my composure. She learned what control really looks like. Now when I think of her, I don't feel anger. I feel peace. She's a story I tell in the past tense, a cautionary tale wrapped in perfume and betrayal. And every time I remember her words, "Be cool or it's over," I can't help but smile. Because in the end, I was the coolest man in the room, and it was over, exactly the way I wanted it to be.